What's going on, guys? Welcome to the very first episode of Dork Rants Production. I am your host, CB, and today's discussion is Dragon Ball Z really the king of anime? Could we really say Dragon Ball Z is in our top three? Could we really honestly say Dragon Ball Z is the number one anime? Well, I kind of beg to differ. And don't get me wrong, I love Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z was the very first anime that I ever got into. It's what got me to actually research and look into other similar shows that are like or different just because of interest. And yeah, Dragon Ball Z was my gateway into anime and manga. But I feel like where it started from Dragon Ball to what we call it now, Dragon Ball Super, I feel like it lost its way. And to me, I didn't really grasp and pick up on it until the Buu Saga. And it made it more abundantly clear of where Dragon Ball Z stands now in Super, where it's now all about Goku. And don't get me wrong, I'm a Vegeta fan, I love it, but it's all about Goku. And Vegeta basically still continuously chasing after Goku. Don't want to be left behind, basically. And that's what we're left with. But while everyone just stopped progressing, the whole show has always been about Goku and his friends that defend Earth from various different threats. Where now we only got is really Goku defeats the various different threats. We can't even say anyone else because Goku is the one that always defeats the threats. Besides one occasion, but we're going to get into that just now. So, the first thing that happened, and we noticed wait a minute, they're kind of weeding off their lesser cast members. That's what we started realizing, is that the Saiyan Saga was the first saga that it was in the Dragon Ball Z franchise, that we realized that these characters are not going to progress any further. They would not even be able to be considered to be beneficial to the team, which was Yamcha and Tien. Yamcha and Tien both died during the Saiyan Saga, as well as Piccolo, but Piccolo's progression didn't stop just yet. So, we're going to go to the Frieza Saga. The Frieza Saga, this is where we get to see the most of Krillin's potential and great fights that we see. And we see that is where Krillin's progression stops. Krillin's progression stops right after the Frieza Saga. We all know that Krillin dies at the hands of Frieza at the end. But that is the last time we're ever really going to see Krillin in any type of action. The same thing with Yamcha and Tien. Even though they've been revived back, they still were not even really properly showcased when we think about it when we got to the Android Saga. In the Android Saga, you will see that's when you see Piccolo stop progressing. And Piccolo, in that saga, he got strong to the point where he was on par with a Super Saiyan, if not stronger than a Super Saiyan. So, what we see is that we only had one character who was a part of that group to be as strong, if not stronger, than a regular Super Saiyan. That is Piccolo. Other than that, you'll see that we'll see in the Buu Saga. In the Buu Saga, you'll see that even Gohan. That's the last time you'll see Gohan progress. When Gohan gets mystic transformation, that's where Gohan basically stops. And after the Buu Saga is what we got is now called Super. And you see all these characters to this point to be sidelined. It's sad because what we were known at, what they once were known as, the defenders of Earth, now they're just comedy relief. And don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna lie, the Yamcha jokes, they're funny, it's all fun and games, but come on, man, come on, man, you remember, back in Dragon Ball, Yamcha was something, he had Bulma, come on. He was something. I ain't gonna lie. When I first watched Dragon Ball, to be honest, Yamcha was my favorite character. Even though he wasn't as strong as Goku, but he was still slightly kind of like there. You know, and you had Krillin, who was always crafty and sneaky. He was Goku's first rival. What happened? What happened to Krillin? Krillin was awesome until after the Frieza saga. After the Frieza saga ended, he became nothing. I thought that was messed up. And Tenshinhan, come on. Tenshinhan was stronger than Goku. Remember that. As a kid, he beat Goku twice. He beat Goku twice. What happened to Tenshinhan? Come on, Tenshinhan was awesome back in the day too. But how do we get to that point, to Super, to the point where all the cast is just nothing? Let's not forget Piccolo. Piccolo was the first big bad guy. The first big bad guy. The first bad guy to say turn good. And I noticed that pattern. But we're going to get into that later. But Piccolo, he was always another rival of Goku. He would refuse to be left behind. What happened to Piccolo? Piccolo showed us when he fused with Kami that he was stronger than a Super Saiyan. After the Android saga ended and we got into the Buu saga, that's where you see Piccolo basically take back into his role of teaching, which is teaching Goten and Trunks. We see that. And I think that was okay. We understand. But Piccolo taking a sideline? The funny thing is Piccolo didn't really even try to attempt to fight Boo. I remember Piccolo used to be badass. Come on. To the point where the show is just crippled. All the characters are crippled. We get the Super, we see nothing. We see Yamcha embracing of being a nobody. Come on, really? That's what we do with our characters? We really treat them like shit? Come on, that's what we really do? Come on now. And then you see Krillin having a normal job. Come on. Still training with Master Roshi, matter of fact. Like, I feel like, come on. Sometimes I feel like the creator is like spitting in each of these characters' faces. It's just like, what is the point of having these characters? There's no point. The only reason why Vegeta is around is because Vegeta has a fan base. And everyone knows they always use Vegeta as a punching bag for the bad guy and then let Goku defeat it right after he couldn't win. That always happens. That's the karma. And I don't like that. I think what makes great shows is the dynamics of how they use their supporting cast. And I feel like that is what it bothers. And I think that's probably bothers a lot of people. We see these other characters and we try to figure out why. Why are they here? What are they doing here? What can they really offer? What are they bringing to the table? You're showing them us on TV, but you're not really showing them doing anything besides being cheerleaders. That's not what we've seen these characters as before. They were fighters. They were fighting alongside Goku. What happened? What happened? And like, don't get me started. Like, think of Gohan. And I know, my Gohan fans, they're just shocked and appalled to be like, what? Gohan? Gohan was a badass. A badass. Come on. Gohan was legitly the one that defeated Cell. We seen Gohan from the very beginning, from the Saiyan saga. We seen he had latent abilities. He had a hidden power. Each saga, we seen that hidden power be unlocked till we got Mystic Gohan. And what happened? No, we push Gohan aside and we go with Goku now. Gohan used to be the strongest. Now he's not. I don't even know. Technically, I think he's one of the weakest characters now, to the point where if you watch Dragon Ball Super, you even see Piccolo capable of beating Gohan. And Gohan was far stronger than Piccolo ever was. It's crazy. And I think that is what bothers me so much, is that we have these characters and they're not being utilized. And I feel like What is the point of these characters? This is why I would not say Dragon Ball of its entirety is even a top 3, let alone the king or even number 1. Dragon Ball Z is a great anime in its own right. It does have its moments where it does be entertaining. So the question is it really number 1? Is it really the top anime? Is it really top 3? I don't think so. I really don't think so. But I will say it's a good anime. And I will say that. But if you guys disagree, just comment in the section below and give me more ideas. I want to hear everyone's feedback. I want to hear everyone's point of view. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Or do you just don't care? You know? And if you want to hear more content about various topics like this and anything anime related, TV show, movies, this is all this YouTube channel will cover. This is what we will cover on this channel of mine, where I will talk about various subjects. Also, I want to interact with commenters and understand what topics could we really talk about? What could we get to be said that people always want other people to talk about? And that's what I want this YouTube channel to be. I want to hear people's voices so I could talk about things that you guys are interested in. This is all about you guys. So if you like this video, comment, like, don't forget to hit that notification bell. And till next time, guys. All right.